Hello, friends, and welcome back to Literacy Time. Are you ready for some more fun? Yes? Alrighty, then let's get started. Today, we will be listening to Corduroy, and then we will be using picture cards to retell the story. Hello, my friends. So today, we are going to be looking back at Corduroy, and we are going to be thinking about what happens next in the story as we read it, because we are going to be retelling Corduroy for the next 2 days, just like we did for the napping house. Okay, so quickly, we have the front cover, and that has the title, the author, and the illustrator on it. And the title is the name of the book. The author is the person who writes the words, and the illustrator, what does the illustrator do? Draws the beautiful pictures. Good. Now we have the back cover. Has some information about the book, maybe a picture or two. And then we have the spine, which holds the book together. Good. So let's read the title together again. Corduroy. Okay. We've read this story a couple of times, but let's see if we can kind of think about what happens next so retelling comes a little bit easier. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole story, just going to go through it with you. Right? So Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited for someone to come along and take him home. Then we are back to the store, and it's always so busy. And then who comes along? One of the characters, Lisa, comes along. But what does her mom say? Can she take Corduroy home today? Nope, not today. So they walk away, and Corduroy realizes now that he lost a button. So what does he end up doing? He knew that he was going to go try and find that lost button. He gets ready to go up the escalator. And what does he think of it when he goes up the escalator? He feels like he's doing what? Going up a big mountain, right? So he goes up, and he goes to the second level. And what does the second level of the department store have on it? Yes, has the sofa, the beds, the lamps, all of that. And he is just amazed. He is looking for his button. He thinks he found it, but he's pulling at the mattress, and what happens? Pop! It flies off. He goes tumbling down and hits the floor lamp on his way down. Who's coming around? The watchman is looking for him with his flashlight, looking around. And now I want to know, where does he find Corduroy? Under the covers. Oh, you see the two little ears, and then pop, there he is. Right? So he finds him, and what does he do? Does he put him outside? Does he leave him to sleep? Nope, he brings him back downstairs to the rest of the animals and dolls. What happens next? Does Lisa come back? She does come back, and she is ready with her money to buy Corduroy and bring him home, right? She realized that she did have enough money, and so she decided to go back and buy Corduroy, and she's going to take him home to her apartment, running up 4 flights of stairs. Now, where do they end up next in Lisa's apartment? In her bedroom, right? He's so amazed because there's a little bed for him next to the big bed. and she ends up sewing his button back on, even though she said, it's okay that you don't have another button. I just think you'll be more comfortable to have two. And then they hug. Good. So, my friends, I hope you are paying attention to how the story goes, the order of events that happen, because we're going to use some picture cards to retell the story together. Today, you will need some scissors, your Lesson 11 activity sheet, and some crayons. Alrighty, so we are going to be retelling using picture cards today. But we need to make our picture cards first. So you need to grab your Lesson 11 activity sheet. And we are going to do the same thing we did on Monday. We are going to grab a pair of scissors and make sure an adult is around you to help. And we are going to cut on the lines and cut out all of these pictures. Okay, there's a couple more than there were last time we did this. So we really have to look and think. Okay, so you're going to do that on the count of 3. And then you're going to meet back here. So pause the video on the count of 3 and go cut out these pictures. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go. Okay, we're back. Does everyone have their picture cards cut out? If you do, that's why you're back here. Alrighty, so my friends, we now are going to put the story in order from what happened first all the way to what happened last. You guys are going to finish that off. So we are going to really focus on what happens in the story and the order that it goes in. So the first thing we need to do is look through our picture cards and think, what happened first in the story? How does the story open? Does it start with Lisa sewing on Corduroy's button? Oh, that's last? Oh, okay. Well, that's always a good starting point, my friends, is to see what happened last, okay? So I'm going to put it here so you can see it. And that's what happened last in our story, at least from what the picture cards have on here. Now we need to fill it in. So what happened first? Can anyone tell me what happened first? Out of your picture cards. Corduroy was on the shelf in the department store with all of the other animals and the doll. Yes, so that is what happened first in our story. This is a great starting point, friends. So I'm going to put the first thing that happened all the way up here. That is the first thing. So we have what happened first and what happened last. We have the beginning and the end. Great starting point. Now we just have to fill in what happens next and all in the middle to make the story make sense, okay? So I need you to look through your picture cards and think, after we see Corduroy and meet him, what happens next? Who do we get introduced to? What character? Lisa? Okay, well, I have a couple of cards with Lisa on it, and you should too. So let's see which one makes the most sense, okay? So I have one here of her carrying Corduroy home. Does that happen after we meet Corduroy? No, that's towards the end. What about Lisa walking away from Corduroy all sad? Oh, that's closer. That's closer. But one more thing happens right before that. She finally sees Corduroy for the first time, right? She sees him and really wants to take him, but her mom said, nope, we already spent too much today. And besides, he has a button missing. So that's the next thing that happens in our story, right? So then the other one that I said would make sense to go right after. Lisa is walking away really sad because her mom said, no, we can't have him. Not today. So that would happen next. Good job so far, friends. Okay, well, now there's a couple more things that we need to fill in here, right? We have a couple of more pictures that we need to fill in the story with, all right? I think that you all can finish retelling the story and putting the events in order without me. You think you could do it? Are you up for the challenge? I knew you would be. Now, my friends, you are all going to finish putting the story in order, and then you can retell it using the picture cards to a family member or a friend or even a stuffed animal. Incredible job today, friends. I am so proud of all of you, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow for some more literacy time. Bye.